Okay, you play the librarian.
Yes.
Typecasting?
Not really, although I do love reading. I don't think I'm as uptight as she is.
She is very uptight.
At least through the first act. She really opens up and becomes much more human in the second act.
What is it about her character that we can all relate to?
I think being misunderstood and wanting people to like her for who she is. And, you know, there's that whole, especially kids will really relate to rumors, and, you know, she's painted in a way that she doesn't really see herself as. So.
And why do we love Music Man?
You love it because of the music, of course, and because there's very simple messages that still resonate, which is, you know, accepting people for who they are, and trying to, you know, it's a great community if you look at the show as itself, and it's fun to see a great love story.
And don't you think that it really shows that there's good in everybody?
I think so, of course.
That's what I love about it, even the salesman,
of course.
Traveling salesman.
Yes, and you know, and our Harold Hill, Michael Gold, is so lovable from the moment he steps on stage. You don't have a hard time wanting him to succeed, and in the end wanting him to do the right thing and to be that good guy we all know he is.
Okay, what's your favorite song?
Well, I'd have to say it's actually Marian the Librarian. It's a fun number to see all these kids dancing and people dancing on desks and chairs and tapping and soft shoes, and it's great. It tends to be my kids' favorite as well, so I trust them. 4.
4 kids?
Yes.
So they're probably excited about Mom being
Oh my gosh, they love it. They've seen it several times, and they're going to come back every week.
Do you only do shows that your kids like?
No.
Okay.
No, but it's great to be able to do shows that they want to come and see over and over again. It makes it a lot easier to explain all the time spent away, because it is a huge commitment, and it's a whole commitment for the family for me to be able to do it.
And this is a family show.
Yes.
And so why do you think it's important to get kids, even as young as, you know, 4 or 5, out to the theater?
You know, I often talk about this, particularly in this space. My parents brought me here to see a show when I was, I think, 6 or 7. And I was sitting in one of those seats out there, and I just thought, that's what I want to do. And so I did my first show here when I was 9, and I've grown up here, and that's all it takes, is just to expose kids to this. I think it touches people in a way that no other medium does. There's nothing better than live theater. And I have a great story about one of the children that's in this show that is playing Amaryllis. Danielle is now in middle school, but when she was 4, she was one of the youngest children in King and I when I was Anna. And she was 4 years old, and I remember her sitting on my lap saying, "This is what I want to do." And we walked into the first rehearsal, and she said, "Look, I'm still doing it." And that's so meaningful to me, to see, you know, somebody experience that same thing I did.
It totally gave me chills. That was a good story. And clearly, though, it really does enrich the kids' lives, and it helps them out, you know.
Yeah, and I think more than anything, it's that interaction that you have with the audience. What I love particularly about this production that our director, Corey, has done such a phenomenal job of, is he's really brought it back to the tradition of great American music theater. Everything, we're sitting on the train, everything is not literal. You know, kids imagine and they pretend, and they don't have every single thing there on stage, but they see the images, and particularly this, it's very storybook-like, and so they get it in a way that sometimes our kids today don't. You know, with everything being so computer generated and everything so realistic, sometimes they lose that sense of just using their imagination. And then the interaction that they have with the audience and with the people on stage is pretty phenomenal.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else?
It's one of the best shows you can possibly take children to expose them to music theater. They will come away singing the songs. There are great discounts on Saturday matinees for families, for children, and it's one of those that it's got a great storyline.
And it's easy to understand.
Absolutely.
It's one thing I remember.
I mean, they will be so entertained the whole time. They won't be squiggling through. I mean, there's great 76 trombones, treble, I mean, songs that they will recognize, that they'll go away singing the melodies.
I still remember Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
Right?
And
that's
that's
like third grade.
Yes. And my kids, it's one of their favorite numbers too, to see a child, to see somebody just get out there and sing a song like that is so great. And we can all relate to that moment in your life where you're embarrassed and you're shy, or you know, he has this lisp, but you know, everybody's rooting for him to sing that song, and you feel that from the audience, and kids love it. I mean, to see kids their own age, and there's a whole age span, it's great.